You're not bad at decisions. You are just judging them wrong. That's from the book Thinking Bets. You ever made a decision that felt right and still blew up in your face? I once ordered a healthy option, grilled chicken, salad, sparkling water. Honestly, felt like I had my life together. 2 hours later, food poisoning. Meanwhile, my friend had fried chicken and bubble tea, completely fine. So what? Eating healthy is a bad decision? Obviously not, but it feels like it, right? And that's exactly where we get decision making completely wrong. Because most of us judge decisions by outcomes. If it worked, good decision. If it failed, bad decision. Simple, clean, completely wrong. Because in real life, you never have all the information, which means you're not playing chess, you're playing poker. In chess, everything is visible. If you're good enough, you will make the right move. But poker, you don't see all the cards, you don't control the deck, and sometimes you still lose even when you play it perfectly. So instead of asking, was I right or wrong? A better decision or question is, was it a good bet, given what I knew at the time? And once you see it this way, a lot of things start to look very different. Take something people actually stress about, jobs. Let's say you had two offers. One is stable, predictable, safe. The other is a startup, risky but high upside. Now imagine you did everything right. You look at market, the team, the growth potential, and you chose the startup. Then 6 months later, it crashes. At this point, most people will say, yeah, bad decision. But hold on, was it actually a bad decision? Or was it a good bet with a bad outcome? Now flip the situation. You pick the safe job. Nothing goes wrong. Salary is stable, life is comfortable. Everyone says, great choice. But if you're honest, maybe it was just a low risk, low return bet that played out exactly as expected. No upside, no growth, just safe. So now you start to see the problem. Good outcomes don't always mean good decisions, and bad outcomes don't always mean bad ones. And this doesn't just happen with big life choices. It shows up in small, everyday things too. You eat healthy for weeks, still get sick. Someone else sleeps at 3 a.m., eats junk, never exercises, and somehow they're fine. And you start thinking, what's the point? But what you're actually seeing is luck. Short-term randomness messing with your judgment. Because good decisions don't guarantee results. They just improve your odds. And if you're not careful, there is something quietly go wrong. Because when you judge everything by outcomes, you start learning the wrong lessons. You avoid smart risks because they might fail. And you repeat bad decisions because they worked once. It's like training a dog, but rewarding it randomly. Sit, no treat. Jump on the table, treat. At some point, the dog's just like, okay, I guess chaos works. That's basically how most of us are training ourselves. So the question becomes, how do you actually fix this? How do you make better decisions without being fooled by random outcomes? Here's a simple way to start. First, think in probabilities. Instead of asking, this will work, say, there's 70% chance this works. That small shift forces you to acknowledge uncertainty. Second, capture your thinking. Before a decision, quickly ask, what do I know? What am I assuming? What could go wrong? You don't need a journal. Even 2 to 3 notes is enough. Third, review your decisions properly. After result, don't just ask, did it work? Ask, was this a good process or did I just get lucky? And finally, get around people who challenge you. Not everyone agrees with everything. People who actually make you think harder. Because at the end of the day, you can do everything right and still lose. And you can do everything wrong but still win. That part never goes away. But over time, good bets compound. So next time something doesn't go your way, don't rush to say, I made a bad decision. Pause for a second and ask, was it actually a bad decision or just a bad outcome? Because if you keep making good bets, eventually the odds catch up with you. You don't need to be right, you just need to be less wrong over time.